Yeah, the only other point that I wanted to mention about mutual funds is that the fund managers do have insights. So they have bulk deals and stuff like that they actually go up and target certain companies. I know for a fact that when Zoom was coming up, Fidelity was hitting Zoom for a big buy. And so these companies actually come to these big mutual fund managers and present what their product is. How does it make sense? How relevant it is to the market? What is their growth? They pitch to these big mutual fund companies. And the fund managers could just say, oh yeah, it fits my portfolio, I'm gonna buy this. Buy with that, at whatever that is. So there is, pluses and there are minuses with it that one needs to be aware. Some of these mutual funds, whether global innovators that I say, is all Apple, Microsoft, all IT companies. Or top IT.
So it's breaking up a bit. Anybody?
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Suhit, please fix it. Are you logged in from a different device now compared to previous time?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other device was better. We are able to hear you much better in the other device. Yeah.
So let me read that.
Zawal, did you get your question answered? Active trading has more risk. So better not to do active trading on RRSP account. So if you try to do self-directed way.
Vijay, one question. What I was following back in the day is it's all about goal setting, right? So any goals which are fixed, like your kids' education, right? Your retirement and the time horizon you have, right? So that is the time you can play with your funds. So like
That's
you
right.
mentioned, RRSP and RESP, you should go in with like either QQQ or like Suhit mentioned about Fidelity, or like Sunil was talking about index funds, right? So let somebody, the expert, manage the fund and everything. You understand what you're getting into and leave it there. Now, speculative is like it could go either ways, right? It's a swing trade. So that is for like, okay, whatever reason you are doing it, but don't have your RRSPs or RESPs with the trading account, right? Am I right?
You can still have you can still have trading account, but just QQQ and forget it. Don't treat it as a day trading account. Keep a margin account separate for day trading if you want to, if you choose to do.
Okay, got it.
If you don't choose to do, fine, perfect. Buy QQQ, forget it, done. If you don't want a fund manager to get 2% through.
And QQQ, what I was looking up is it a specific fund in that, because it shows Power Shares QQQ Trust. Is that what you're talking about? Series 1?
There is the Invesco Trust, which is the biggest ETF in QQQ.
Okay, Invesco. Okay.
Invesco, check that one. So Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, what's the other company? There are 4 companies which has a top holdings in the QQQ. Which
basically the FANG shares and everything, right?
Right,
so
that's right.
Facebook, Amazon, Apple,
that's
Netflix,
right. So it covers the 50%. That's right.
Oh, okay.
So Dhaval, when I say index fund, I also meant QQQ or SPY. So QQQ basically tracks NASDAQ 100.
And SPY, S&P 500,
SPY tracks
S&P 500.
S&P 500.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and I think there are scenarios where your company invests on, RRSP or gives you a contribution in RRSP, and actually put it with, Great West Life or one of these companies, right? I mean, and they invest with mutual funds, and at that point, you cannot actively trade them out, from that company unless you can transfer the funds out, all the time. In those cases, you might just want to compare what you're getting into.
Yeah, I had that issue. So basically, when I was with PwC, basically they had that RRSP account, but I don't think they allow ETFs into it. They have only chosen funds. So I think those were all mutual funds.
Yeah. These typical companies actually live and breathe on that 2% or 2.5% or 3% MER. So they don't allow EFTs to come into that portion. They don't allow, other riders that don't make them make money.
So one question
Right.
here, like the investment accounts we are talking about, RESP, RRSPs and all, right? So if you go with the standard 5 or 6 banks, then do they offer the QQQs, SPY, or you need to go with like the other brokerage houses or like investment firms from anybody's experience? Because I have like my RESP, RRSP and the TFSA in RBC and TD only. So I've not explored anything outside that. So from everybody's experience, what do you guys have gone through?
So any broker should allow it, Dhaval. Any broker will allow.
Like Questrade or Interactive,
yes,
right?
Questrade or TD, if you go with big bank or like private, like Questrade or Interactive, they will allow QQQ and SPY.
Okay.
But only when we have companies RESP, I have seen
Yeah, that is
they have
fixed,
only
right?
chosen funds. Like they have only say 10 or 15 funds, and you can choose out of only those 10 or 15.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, these are more called, they fall under institutional investments or something like that, right? So Bell as a company will come to Fidelity or Great West Life and say, you manage all my employees and I'm going to give the whole bulk.
Yeah, so I was working with First Canadian Title. Our parent company is First American. So they had a stock option program, which started in June of 2017. At that time, Fidelity was the broker. So what they used to do is they used to collect like whatever contribution is there for 3 months, convert it into USD, give a 15% discount. And then you will have a Fidelity account, which will purchase the First American shares. And till now, it's sitting in the Fidelity account, right? So it similar to that, right?
Yeah. I mean, Fidelity does a lot of 401k. I mean, it's primary US, right? I mean, if you look at it, they are $2.4 or $2.5 trillion of what you call AMU, which is assets under management, right? Whether it's mutual funds or other stuff, they manage 2.4 or 2.5 trillion across the globe, is my understanding. So yeah, if like lot of 401ks across US, Fidelity's maybe 80% of it, I guess. That's because they go institutional. They pick up, pick up deals with a lot of these companies, which do bulk. They outsource the bulk to Fidelity to actually manage it for them.
Good to know.
I did have one question, and I've been trying to find an answer. So EFTs, has anybody been looking for EFTs that are directly related to the COVID-19 drug or antidote and stuff like that? I mean, is there one very specific to COVID-19 and its fixes?
ETF, right?
Yeah.
I I had similar thinking somewhere in February, and I think I bought IBB.
Okay.
So that's basically Nasdaq biotechnology ETF. Like there is none. If you want to go specific to COVID thing, maybe there might be an mutual fund, because then you have to do active, right? Because you have to choose which companies are doing COVID related vaccine or testing kits or PPEs or whatever. So I think I have not researched it, but there might be, because that will fall into mutual fund category. But ETF is basically follow the sector. So if you are looking for biotechnology sector, then yes, there is a ETF for biotechnology sector called IBB.
Okay. Okay.
Sunil, is it IVD?
India, Bravo.
IBB. Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
IPB.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm sharing screen, guys. If you want to see.
Yeah. Yeah. It does make sense. Yeah.
The top holdings are Amgen. Oh, even we discussed about Amgen in the group. Amgen, Vertex, Gillette, Regeneron, Illumina, Biogen, Moderna. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Any other questions? Anyone
Some
has?
of these. Yeah. Some of these names sound familiar to some of you guys. I mean, I'm not really. I don't remember all these quotes.
Yeah, plenty
or
of them
symbols or
are in the
companies
race
as
of the
much apart
vaccine,
from
right?
IT.
Plenty of them.
Do these names sound big?
Yes. Plenty of them are like already got some funding for the government. They're in the race of the vaccine, right? Like Biogen.
Yeah,
Moderna,
Gilead is big
Gilead,
one. Moderna is
Gillette,
big
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
These are all big biotech companies in
US,
I think NASDAQ or SPY. IBB tracks.
NASDAQ, it says, right? Fund
Okay,
summary
NASDAQ.
at the
Okay.
bottom, NASDAQ.
Yeah, a few of them
Okay,
are
yeah,
in
so
NASDAQ. Amgen is in NASDAQ. Vertex is in NASDAQ. Gillette is there. Regeneron is there. Illumina.
At the bottom also it says, right? It
Yeah,
tracks
NASDAQ.
most of the NASDAQ.
So it
great.
tracks entire biotechnology index of NASDAQ.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I think its low was around $70 to $90. Now it's trading at all time high. YTD.
YTD or 1 year.
Yes.
136, 143 is top, and bottom is in March. Of course, it's 98.
90, yeah.
Hope it answered the question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sunil. Yeah.
Did we discuss? I joined half an hour late, but did we discuss the leaderboard? I mean, from
Leaderboard, not yet. Yeah, we can
Oh.
go ahead with leaderboard. Everyone agrees.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, just to see, what
Sure.
the leaderboard is.
Yes, this is the leaderboard, and first thing is check the big picture. And it says the market in confirmed uptrend. That means you are ready to buy or invest. We always have the doubt, right? Oh, market is all-time high. Should I invest or not? Or should I wait? If I wait for a few more weeks, it has gone up more. So check this market there are 3 states here: confirmed uptrend, uptrend under pressure, downtrend. 3. So first thing is check this one. Is it a good time to invest or not? It's like red, amber, and green signal. So confirmed uptrend is green signal. Just go ahead and buy. If it is amber, they say uptrend under pressure. That means 50-50. So you can invest 50%. So instead of just holding the cash 100%, you can keep your 50% cash and 50% in ETF. Don't go with individual companies when it is in under pressure. When they say down, it's completely down or downtrend, then keep hold 100% cash. Sell off all your ETFs or individual stocks. So the whole idea is about this leaderboard is for long term. So this is the first step. Check these 3 things, 3 states, possible states. So one is 100% invested, one is 50% invested, one is 0% invested. So from April 2nd, they call it a follow through day. So after March end crash, from April 2nd, they changed the state to confirmed uptrend. Until now, there is no change. I have been tracking it last 2 months very closely. From April till June, I missed it. But June 15 until date, I'm tracking it closely. And it says there is no change in this confirmed uptrend. Okay, and the day they call is follow through day. When the market bottoms, find the follow through day, and that's when we can invest a lump sum amount as well. If you are planning for a lump sum one-time investment as well. And it gives an everyday big picture. For example, the Friday is a mild declines and confirmed uptrend. And now we are in a complete bullish market, right? Anytime the market may crash, it seems. So I may predict on Monday, someone might say in a month, or someone would say before election, 1 week before election, or someone say after the result of the election or on the day of the election, US election. But how can we track safely? We cannot perfectly find the market top date, but at least a 5% or 10% late is fine, right? Entry to sell the positions. So how to track that? Right now they are tracking the distribution days. The distribution days, there is a definition. I think I posted it already. If you want, I can tell the definition later. Let's find how this distribution days works. Assume there is a distribution day, we are tracking it perfectly. So there are 4 distribution days on NASDAQ and 3 on S&P 500. By definition, what they say is when there is a 5 to 7 distribution days in a 2-week period or a 10 business days, then it's a red flag. Then we have to start exiting the positions because there is a crash imminent. I'll show you the picture of the chart. So the big picture is one thing, where they tell how the market performed, all these things. The next one is stock market today. So what happened today? What is the leaders up in volume? And how the market leaders. Why we are talking about the market leaders is the QQQ is formed based out of the FANG stocks and few other mega cap companies. The next thing to see is after seeing the stock market today, ETF market strategy. So one who wants to only invest in ETF, those who don't want to take the risk of buying Microsoft or Amazon or Apple, the ETF market strategy is applicable for them. And even the ETF market strategy, they can go by the 3 possible states: confirmed uptrend, or uptrend under pressure, or downtrend. So this been 100% stay invested. This been on for 4 months or since April 2nd. That's what IBD claims, and I am tracking it for last 2 months closely. The reason I'm tracking is if we can find when the market tops, we can exit and then buy back in a month or 2 when it bottoms. Though we cannot perfectly time the market, this is, let's say, a 5% or 10% late after the market tops and later market bottoms. So that's about overall idea about this leaderboard. And let's move to the individual stocks. So till now, whatever we see is sufficient for an ETF investor who wants to play long term, who doesn't want to trade, actively exit out of the positions and re-enter it back when the market is going up. So this strategy works for them, and it works well in RRSP, retirement fund, and RESP. At least 15 years or 18 years, the fund will be held for long term. So after this, yeah, go ahead. Before I go to leaderboard, let's take question.
No. So this is fine. I mean, this is good. I'm just wondering. So you track it daily.
Yes.
And when you say this would be over a day or a week that you will see a downtrend, right?
Like yes, every day I'm tracking, and every day you guys will know.
Right.
And when there is a 4 or 5, I mean 6 or 7 on this number, when the number changes 5, be alert. Be prepared to sell your position.
Sorry, Dhaval.
Sorry, there is some noise. Someone can mute.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
They're good now, right? Okay. So when this number turns 5, be on alert. When it turns 6 or 7, be ready to sell your positions. It's your call. It's just a recommendation while we are going self-directed way. Maybe the investment firms will have a similar way to track it.
Right.
Because they have to keep the money safe for their clients.
Right.
When we are doing it in self-directed way, we don't want to be left alone. So this is the way we track. So it looks like S&P is often 4 or 5. Sometimes I've seen it 5 in the last 2 months. And NASDAQ mostly it is maximum 3, 1 or 2 distribution days, and it is back, so it gets cleared. Yeah, does that answer your question?
It does, and probably a request. When you see a sell, can you mark it red and bold on the WhatsApp?
Vijay, one more question. You mentioned about like 4 and like in 5, 6, 7, right? So
Yes.
does that mean over a period of 2 weeks, those were the number of days the market was in red, give
That's
a
right.
red closing?
Yes, we have a screen. Did the screen update?
Yeah.
For some reason, I couldn't see the screen updated.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Can you see the graph now? Everyone can see the graph?
No.
No?
We only see the main view chart, right? It
Oh,
has
got
gone, I think, in the other window.
Yeah, I'm going to switch it now. Yeah, give me a second. Sorry. I should have shared the entire screen. I just shared one window. It doesn't update. Okay, good. Okay, this is
see the graph.
Yeah, this is the graph. Okay, so there are 3. This is only for NASDAQ. Okay, this is not for SPY. SPY, there are 3 distribution days on the top right. You guys can see, right? There are 3. When there is a red day, and the definition says it should be a red day closing something. Some definition is there. I'm not clear about the definition, but my understanding is on that red day the volume is higher, but it closed at least 0.2% less. Some definition. Okay, we can discuss about it later. There is some definition for this. Volume is higher, but closing price is less. A red. It has to be a red day. Definitely, it has to be a red day, but the volume has to be higher than the previous day. So that means it's a distribution or the profit booking is happening, and that's why they call distribution day, I believe. So there were 3 in the last 10 days, or maybe more than 10 days. It looks like maybe it's 3 weeks. So it's a window of 3 weeks, I believe they are tracking, and if there is a 5 to 7 distribution days in a 3 weeks period, then there is a most likely chance it's going to crash. So looking back to the past, I hope there is no manipulated data here. I believe I will just send a message. Maybe I can see it later. Okay. There is uptrend. Yeah, I'll continue just.
Yeah, sure.
There is how much time left? Okay, let's continue. Uptrend resumes. If you see Jan, February, you guys can see it's October, November, December. It's rallying. There was a rally at the time before the February crash, or February beginning it crashed, right? February end it crashed. So there they say, let's see from the here. In the beginning, it was uptrend under pressure. So it's 50% exposure to equity. It could be a ETF or individual stocks, right? When I say equity, it's both of them covered, or stocks. So from 50%, they changed it to 100% on December 18th or somewhere in mid-December. So from there, it continued and they find some distribution days and they changed it back to 50%. Immediately after two days, they find, okay, it's getting corrected and they changed it back to 100%. Here itself, we can be prepared for the market bottom, market topping, right? It says 50%, and then in 2 days they change it to 100%. That means there is another rally for another week, maybe week or 2. And then there is a red day, and there is a big red day. I guess these are all like 3%, 5%, and 10% probably. I don't know, I'm just guessing. More than 5% definitely on the third red day. And they say immediately it's 50%. Cut your exposure to 50%. That means the amber state. And immediately after 2 days, market in correction, cut exposure to 0. Is it clear? You guys can follow this?
So basically, this chart pattern will give so it's programmed in such a way wherein it will give you the signals based on the algorithms which are there in the backend, right?
That's right. It's definitely based on algorithm. It's tracking the algorithm might be tracking the distribution days. Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
So you should see, like, when you're tracking this, you'll see this kind of inputs like on day basis, right?
Right. Yes. Every day I'm tracking and sharing. For the last 1 month, I'm doing this.
Now I got the context of it. Yeah.
Okay. So and then the market crashes. Let's say we exited all the positions. Go ahead. No question.
No.
Okay.
No. Go ahead.
Okay. So if we can exit in the next, looks like we are in a bullish market, right? Anytime this might happen. So till now there is no 50% exposure signal. It's still 100% right from April 2nd. You guys can understand this, right? It's down, and then March end it bottomed, but immediately they didn't turn it because no one can turn it back to 100%. But when the distribution days gets cleared over a period of 1 week, from March end to April first week, they changed it back to 100%. So it's a good point to enter the market back, I believe. So when you sold your positions here, and you have 30% profit here by this crash.
Just I would like to add here. This is I didn't have this graphs. It was my gut feeling. Like I had 14,000 sitting in my kids' RRSP. I went to RBC on 18th of March and put that in one go. And it was somewhere close to the bottom, right? The bottom was on 23rd, right? So yeah, like this definitely helps us, all of us, right?
Yes, definitely.
Coming out and like having less exposure and enter at the right time, maybe depending on your risk profile, 50, 100%, 25%, right?
Yes, based on your risk appetite, you can even enter on March 18th or March 20th. The actual thing happened on March 20th.
And I'm seeing like fabulous return on that in last 4 months, right? So,
true, that's right.
Yeah, so it was like, okay, good timing. And the banker called me like, sir, how did you time it? I'm like, you cannot cash the bottom, right? Or can't sell
you
it. You
cannot. Now we can see March 23rd.
Yeah.
Right. Last 3 months we know it is March 23rd is the bottom.
Yeah, March 18th is when I went, and the investment went on like Monday, which was 28th. I don't remember the exact date, but it was in that time frame.
Okay. Yeah, that means you have more experience.
No, I didn't see the graph. It was my gut feeling watching it, and like my mortgage renewal as well. I'll just like to share. See how you have data pointers, you get opportunities, but how you visualize, and this tools definitely help us. My mortgage renewal was in Jan of 2020. I went to the RPC and they were offering me 2.95 fixed. I said no. In October, Fed said they're looking at sub-zero interest rate, right? So for Canada, to sustain its dollar against USD, they have to cut the rates. It cannot go high. So I took variable at 3.20, 25 basis from high, right? Corona was a blessing in disguise in March. Right now, my variable 5-year variable is 1.68. So I think now Vijay is helping us with this tool. It will definitely help all of us, right? So we have like portion of knowledge which we have earned over a period of time by good, bad, or ugly investments. And if we start sharing knowledge, I think we all can do great in next 3, 5, 10 year horizon, right?
Yes, that's my intention. Yeah, you said it.
Yeah. Thanks, Vijay, and everyone.
Vijay, can you look at May 5th, where the chart was on May 5th? Just
May 5th, sure.
Yeah.
It's April, May 5th here.
Okay.
Okay, and this is only QQQ.
Yeah,
not SPY. Okay, SPY is just going back to the all-time high now in this week. Last week.
Okay.
Right. And this is where why we focus more on the QQQ, and it's up to you. If you're less risk taker, go with the SPY. That's it. These two should be sufficient. We didn't even talk about Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, or the individual companies or leaderboard till now. So whatever discussed till now is good for ETF investor and doing it in a self-directed way in retirement fund or RRSP. They should be good. Let's move on to leaderboard now. And again, we have 8 more minutes for this session. It's good anyway, I'm recording, so recording in chunks helps. Okay, leaderboard. This is the leaderboard list, and they have a leaders near a buy point, which is the entry point for buying the leaders like Microsoft, Domino's Pizza. There are a few other companies. I can show. Okay, these are the companies. So Adobe is in buy point now. Amazon is in buy point. Dexcom, Domino's Pizza, Microsoft, Nike, Oli Bargain Outlet, Repligen, Argen. And leaders is a list who is already in a lot of profit. Apple is in profit. They recommended to buy at 319. Now it's at 459. There is Chegg. This is online tutorial where courses are taken like tuition, online tuition kind of service, and Chipotle, Mexican Grill, Net, Lulu, LGI, Netflix. These are all leaders. These are all in profit. If you have bought it at the recommended price, for example, Shopify, they said at 748. Now it is at less than 1,000. Tesla, they said that set to buy at 869. Now it is it's doubled. So this is the leaders list. And they have a few more options, but I didn't see them enabled now. Earnings options, maybe this is the earnings play. And there is a short sales, maybe once the market is stopped. And when closing to the market bottom, leaders watch list will get enabled. Because when it hits the bottom, we are ready to re-enter the market. You can choose two options. You can go with the ETF, be safe. Or if you want to play with the leaders, they will keep building the watch list for us. For example, Tesla is coming up. Tesla is one of the guy for potential buy point, entering the buy point. Or Microsoft is the potential guy to the buy for entering the buy point. So you guys understand the difference. When the market bottoms, the watch list will be enabled. We have to prepare with the watch list, right? Which one to buy. So right now there is a choice to buy these companies. How many are there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So out of these 8 companies, you can go and choose buy any one of them. If you feel QQQ is not giving a sufficient return, you want to go for a higher return, choose one of these companies. For example, I can open Amazon now. Amazon is good to buy now. There is a chart. You can read these things, current action, what to do. Amazon is now forming a flat base. It is cut to 3/4 position. So what do they mean by 3/4 position? Is there is a quarter position, half position, and 3/4 position. So when you are planning to buy Amazon for 10,000, the recommendation is buy 7,500, not the entire 10,000. If they say half position, buy only 5,000. So based on that's your position sizing. So stay invested with the 3/4 position with Amazon and keep the quarter position in cash. And we can open the chart of Amazon to see what do they say about Amazon. When did they give buy signal and sell signal? Everything is here. So right now it's in buy point. And market is in confirmed uptrend, they say. So my prediction or what I believe is before election, there will be another rally. Before election, maybe 1 week before, the market might start crashing because we don't know the result. Because I'm seeing this trend in the earnings time. So before earnings, there is a hype and the price is going up. We don't know what is the result of the earnings. It's a 50-50 percentage. It could be up or down. So everyone is exiting right before the earnings time in the morning or evening. So I would say the same thing might happen for election. I'd say 1 week before election, it might start bottoming up. Sorry, top. It might start selling off. Market might start selling off. I may be wrong. No one can predict the future.
No, Vijay, you are right. Because most of the time, the retail investors are trapped like that only. So when the event is there, retail investor try to get in. By that time, all the big HNIs and FIs and like institutional investors would have made money. The swing is already done. And I have seen that trend in Indian markets as well, while in the results is done in July.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. And I think this really helps.
Right. So that's what I believe. So maybe another 3 months I will stay invested and I will also follow this leaderboard signal of big picture. The market is confirmed uptrend, or if they say 50%, I will immediately sell half my positions. When they say sell everything, I will sell everything. Just blindly follow the leaderboard suggestion and play with put options if you are still in.
Is this a paid service?
This is a paid service. There is a $70 paid service.
Every month, 70 USD?
Every month, 70 USD, yes.
Okay. And one more thing, in terms of options, right? So back in India, we had index options for every index. So we have discussed stock options. So here also, there should be index options as well, right?
Yes, index also has, yes.
Okay.
SPY, I have seen Monday, Wednesday, and Friday expiring every week.
Oh, okay.
QQQ, I didn't check. Most likely it will also have 3 days. Or most of the stocks has a Friday, which is weekly expiry. And I find third Friday is monthly expiries. Third Friday of every month has a monthly expiry.
Okay. In India, everything is on Thursday, right? Here it's Friday.
Okay, I have not much idea about Indian market. I just invested in mutual fund and then I exited before I came here.
Yeah. No, so like I'm just trying to understand because I've like derivatives the same, but how things are done, right?
Right. Okay.
So,
okay, guys, this is
probably one quick thing. So this particular portal, does it allow multiple sessions at the same time, just by experience?
Yes, it allows.
Okay. Second is, does the portal allow or send you notifications like offline notification? Does it have an app?
Yes, they have app in App Store, and recently they have in Google Play Store as well. Earlier it was not there, but now they have it. Just saying here, right? Now they have it on Google Play Store as well, so you are covered if you are using Android.
Okay, and so it does notify you for these big indicators per se that you are tracking, right?
Yes.
Does it send you notifications, or you will have to log in and check it, keep it running all the time?
They send notification based on how you turn on your email. There is an alert section where how you turn on your email and your SMS notification or your app notification. There are 3 ways to notify you.
Okay.
On top of that, you are still recommended to watch it at least a day.
Okay.
Right, just recommended, right? Because sell signal, I find it here. They won't say if there is a sell signal, they just take it off the leaderboard.
Right.
And they will give some statement here like, oh, take your profit, or if you still want to continue. Those kind of information they mentioned here.
Right.
Yeah, buy definitely. Buy. I have seen buy signals come to the notification, but sell signals you have to closely watch it. This is my observation. I may be wrong. Because I'm not using it. I know this tool. From 3 years back, but on and off I was using it because there's a monthly cost involved. Now I trust them, and I would say I would pay $70 every month.
Okay. And any thoughts on when to sell Tesla?
Tesla.
$1 million question.
That's right. That will answer it, right? And guys, again, 1 more minute for this session.